Guys, this is Aztecross. Today we're going to be looking at Hawksaw, which is a legendary pulse rifle, and this is a weapon that's been out for a very long time, but it's one of those things that if I happen to have a sub or somebody out there that's actually watching this video and you're trying to decide right now whether or not this is a gun worth even keeping, well, that's what I'm here for. Hopefully after this video you will have a decision made, and that will be either to keep it or to scrap it. And so let's get down to business. Okay, so what are the pros about this gun? What I really like about Hawksaw so far is I do like the rate of fire. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of high rate of fire guns, but for it being as high of a rate of fire weapon as it is, it actually has pretty damn good recoil, and that's not even with me just completely loaded out with stability perks. I actually can leave it on something else, but I actually have mine on perfect balance, which even gives it more stability, and it hardly moves. You can tell by my reticle there that it's not moving much. Now, with that being said, the weapon itself does not have high impact. With all high rate of fire weapons, they will have low impact. So this weapon, if I had to compare it, is very comparable to like what Bad Juju is. I actually think the impact comes in just a little less than what Bad Juju is, the year 2 version of Bad Juju, but it's around 7 to 8 on your impact there. But it makes up for it with the rate of fire and with that loaded out stability. Now, another thing that you can get on this weapon, I actually have Head Seeker. I've actually heard from other people some other decent abilities to pair up with that will actually make it a good weapon, and some of the things that you know, perfect balance, of course, being really good, hidden hand, small bore, people say those things really make it really good. Some people say outlaw as well. I'm not a huge fan of outlaw on many of my PvP weapons. I know it helps, but in a lot of situations there's not a whole bunch of reloading going on, or at least killing, that will actually influence your reload speed. So I would go with more of your small bore and your hidden hand, perfect balance kind of perks there, and that's what I would lean toward. Now, this weapon doesn't really exactly have the best of range. The reason why I say it doesn't have the best of range, I get it. There's some hand cannons that you use out there that are really good, and I say a lot of times that I really like these hand cannons and I really like these other guns, and they don't have good range. But if I have a pulse rifle in my hands, I want that pulse rifle to dominate at the mid-range level. That is the reason why I go into a game or I go into a crucible match and I actually load myself out with pulse rifle, because it is about to be a mid-range map and I want to be able to use it to the best of my abilities, and I want it to be the best weapon at mid-range. That's the only reason why I would be using it. Now, does it handle itself pretty well in close quarter combat? Yes, it actually does. For pulse rifle guys, it actually does. So here's the thing. This is my determination of this weapon, Hawksaw. Hawksaw is a good gun, but it is a good gun for those that truly take the time to learn it. Hawksaw is a definite good gun if you can get the jump on somebody, but here's another thing. It doesn't do a horrible job if you're actually getting hit from behind and you have to twist around, because it has pretty decent target acquisition. The cons, I don't really like some of the scopes that come with it. Mine, of course, can be loaded out. I loaded mine with Suros 37. which or SRO 37 actually improves range. There's some other abilities, you know, some other ones that actually, there's the Suros Hollow Sights, the SPO 28 that improves target acquisition. I used it. I saw no difference between that and what I got from the SRO 37. Again, you want to be able to load out your range a little bit to be able to dominate in those mid-range fights. So if I was you, if you really are a fan just in general of high rate of fire weapons, if you like high rate of fire weapons to begin with, and you know, pulse rifle is kind of what you've been kind of dabbling with and leaning toward more, but by all means jump on the pulse rifle train. We're all on it. I like a lot of weapons, but I definitely love pulse rifles. So, you know, definitely if that's a weapon that you want to get introduced in, I would say it's a great gun to do that. Now, the other side of things, it's not my favorite type of weapon because I do lean toward more of your high impact weapon. Back when I was playing a while back, I loved the Messenger. The Messenger was my favorite pulse rifle simply because it has such a high impact, and I love those high impact weapons. I love the high impact pulse rifles because, again, you want to be able to knock people straight out their shoes at mid range, and it has the ability to do this. This one, you're going to have to peck at them a little bit, and that's the thing. The key is you're going to sit there and be able to peck at people, and you're going to have to aim, and you're going to have to slow it down and get a consistent flow with it, and you're going to have to lead your targets and stuff like that. And that's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on the player, and I would say it would take more of an experienced player to play with Hawksaw and perform well with it. All right, fellas, thanks for coming and watching. Catch y'all later.